Hey everyone, good morning. This is me, Manya Gupta, your tech host. Bulletin of the day starts with Tesla, which wants India to supply critical chips. Talks with Tata, CG semi underway. Then Sam Altman says ChatGPT is too polite and it's costing millions to them. About Android 16 Beta 4, which rolls out. So we'll talk about what's new and why it matters. About Kirtika Reddy, former Meta Indian head and a trailblazing venture capitalist who has launched a women-centric initiative called AI Kiran. About Google's legal earthquake, rapid-fire antitrust losses shake the big tech. Google's Gemini Advanced Plus 2 TB storage, now free for US students. And finally on Kochi's VVDN Technologies powers India's first homegrown AI server. So in yesterday's quiz, we asked you which protocol is used to secure email communication. The answer is IMAPS. Now it's time for a daily tech question. Here's the one today. Which language is used to style the web pages? Confident you got the answer? Drop your guess in the comments below. Tune in to tomorrow's bulletin to find out if you nailed it. Starting with the news, we have Tesla, which is deepening its interest in India. But this time, it's not about selling cars. The EV giant is actively seeking to build a semiconductor supply chain with Indian companies like Tata Electronics and CG Power, according to sources close to the talks. So as global chip shortages and geopolitics complicate the existing supply routes, India has emerged as an attractive destination for Tesla's next big manufacturing bet. The company is reportedly eyeing integrated circuit parts, power electronics, and microcontrollers, all crucial components for electric vehicles. These discussions come on the heels of India's new semiconductor policy, which offers subsidies, faster clearances, and infrastructure support for the chip manufacturing. Tesla's entry into this space could not only validate India's policy direction, but it also bring much-needed tech investments. Moreover, this collaboration could also elevate India's profile as a semiconductor hub, moving it beyond mere assembly lines to become part of the critical global value chain. With Apple also increasing its chip sourcing from India, Tesla's move may trigger a domino effect. Industry experts believe such partnerships will accelerate India's mission to become a global chip powerhouse by 2030. For Tesla, it's a smart hedge against over-dependence on East Asia. And for India, it's a moment of reckoning. Moving on, in a world obsessed with AI efficiency, who would have thought that the politeness could become a financial burden? Yes, you heard that right. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman recently shared an unexpected insight. Users being too polite with ChatGPT is driving up cost by millions of dollars. According to Altman, users frequently use words like please, thank you, or write long-winded requests, which, while courteous, increase the length of prompts and the associated computing cost. Since large language models like ChatGPT, they are charged per token processed, even a few extra words per query, when scaled across millions of users, translate into enormous expenses. Altman jokingly said, and I quote, "We love that people are nice to our AI, but our accountants, not so much." So while this revelation triggered chuckles across social media, it also opened up an important conversation about hidden cost of the AI usage. OpenAI is exploring ways to optimize efficiency without encouraging rudeness. One proposal includes teaching the model to interpret short-form commands more effectively, or even creating a concise mode for power users. The deeper takeaway here is not just about money, it's about how our communication style interacts with machine economics. So as AI becomes part of our daily life, we are learning that how we talk to machines is not just a philosophical debate. It's a practical one too. Altman comments, though tongue-in-cheek, reminds us of evolving nature of AI interaction. In this world, a please might not be necessary, but it sure does cost more to them. Now, if you are an Android enthusiast, there is a reason to get excited. Google has officially rolled out Android 16 Beta 4, and it's not just another incremental update. This version is available on a wider range of devices, including the latest Pixel models and select partner devices, signaling Google's push for broader adoption and feedback before the stable release later this year. So what's new about this? The biggest focus of Android 16 Beta 4 is privacy and personalization. Google has enhanced user controls around app permissions, offering more granular options for data access. There's also a brand new notification management system that learns from user behavior, helping reduce clutter and interruptions. Visually, Android 16 brings smoother transitions, adaptive themes, and a redesigned settings interface aimed at making the OS more intuitive. Battery life optimization, they are significant in this beta, especially for devices with large displays and foldable form factors. AI assisted performance tuning also ensures apps run more efficiently. So, for developers, the beta includes finalized APIs, making it go-to version for the final app testing before the launch. Google has opened up new developer tools for the predictive back navigation as well, improved camera extensions, and enhanced multi-devices connectivity. Moving on, in a bold move to change the face of artificial intelligence in India, Kirtika Reddy, a former Meta Indian head and trailblazing venture capitalist, has launched a women-centric initiative called AI Kiran. With the tech industry still grappling with gender disparity, Reddy's vision is clear: to equip Indian women with tools, knowledge, and mentorship to excel in AI domain. The initiative focuses on empowering women from all walks of life, be it students, working professionals, or those seeking a mid-career shift. Through partnerships with AI startups, educational institutions, and government bodies, AI Kiran aims to create a robust ecosystem of support. The program offers hands on workshops, access to AI learning platforms, scholarship opportunities, and a job placement assistance too. More than just skill building, AI Kiran is about representation and voice. Reddy believes women should be part of shaping ethical AI, influencing policy decisions, and building inclusive technologies. In her words, India can't lead in AI if half the population is left behind. With India being one of the largest emerging marketers of AI, this initiative comes at a crucial time. AI Kiran is expected to create a ripple effect and encouraging other stakeholders to launch similar programs and make AI space more inclusive. So, in a country with vast potential and talent, AI Kiran is a timely and much needed catalyst. Now, in what can be described as a legal avalanche, Google is facing a series of antitrust losses across multiple jurisdictions, and even that could redefine how big tech operates worldwide. From European Union to United States, regulators are clamping down on Google's advertising practices, app store policies, and data collection strategies. Just last week, the European Commission slapped a multi-billion euro fine on Google for abusive dominance in the digital ad sector technology. Across the Atlantic, US federal courts have greenlit multiple cases, class action suits targeting the Google Play Store's alleged monopolistic behavior. And to that, the ongoing investigations in India and South Korea, and Google finds itself in a perfect storm. Impact? Huge. Not just in fines, but in potential forced changes to business practices. If courts continue ruling against Google, we could see a future where Android must allow truly open app ecosystem, or where advertisers have greater control over their data. Industry analysts suggest this may also pave the way for a smaller player and startups to finally breathe in a market long dominated by the big tech. For users, it could mean better transparency, improved data privacy, and a fairer playing field. While Google has vowed to appeal many of these decisions, the trend is very clear. Honeymoon period for unregulated digital dominance is over. These rulings could reshape tech for next decade, and Google's antitrust battles are likely just the beginning. Now, in a major education-focused move, Google is offering its most powerful AI toolset, Gemini Advanced, free of cost to eligible US college students through spring 26. But that's not all. The offer also includes 2 TB of Google One Cloud storage, access to Notebook LM, which is an AI-based research writing assistant, and premium features across docs, sheets, and slides. This initiative isn't just generous, it's strategic. Google aims to position itself as the go-to AI education partner in US, fostering early adoption of generative AI tools among students and researchers. With Gemini Advanced offering superior summarization, brainstorming, coding, language processing capabilities, students are essentially being handed a high-performance research assistant. Notebook LM, which integrates seamlessly with Gemini, acts as a smart note taker and writing tool. It allows students to upload materials, generate summaries, ask complex questions, even auto-generate citations for research papers. By offering this comprehensive suite for free, Google is also indirectly collecting valuable feedback to improve its AI products in educational settings. Program has been rolled out across multiple universities, with students simply needing to verify their institutional email to sign up. This move is being seen as Google's way to counter Microsoft's stronghold in academic circles via Copilot and Azure integration. AI in education race is officially on, and for now, Google just took a giant leap behind. Not the least, we have in what Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw described as an Adipoli, that is Malayalam word for fantastic, achievement. VVDN Technologies in Kochi has developed India's first homegrown AI server, marking a major milestone in country's tech infrastructure journey. The server, dubbed part of Rudra 3 series, is designed to handle complex AI workloads across healthcare, agriculture, security, and more. It integrates indigenous hardware design with advanced AI chips, enabling faster localized processing, a big step towards data sovereignty. So, why does this matter? Because until now, India heavily relied on important AI infrastructure. This server is built entirely in India from board designs to manufacturing and is optimized for Indian conditions and cost structures. It shows that India can not only consume AI but build the backbone for it. Development comes under the broader umbrella of the government's Digital India and Semiconductor Mission. So, with growing data localization policies and concerns about AI ethics, homegrown servers provide both strategic independence and economic opportunity. VVDN has hinted at future collaboration with ISRO and Indian Armed Forces for secure AI applications, further underscoring the project's national importance. This success could pave the way for a new generation of Indian-designed AI hardware, placing Kochi firmly on global tech map. India's AI revolution just got a major infrastructure boot and it started in Kerala. This was all for today's bulletin. I'll again meet you tomorrow. Till then, stay safe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe IT Voice for all the tech updates.